So we're just about 2 months in from the launch of the Switch, a launch which was viewed differently depending on who you ask. There are many different sides you can take on the Switch. For example, you may have seen this video called Nintendo Switch Painful Launch, which compiled a bunch of hardware problems people had recorded, such as buggy interfaces, controller problems, and other various issues. This video has almost 10 million views and unfortunately discouraged a lot of people from purchasing the console because they thought these were common occurrences. In truth, the launch in terms of hardware wasn't as bad as the video portrays it to be. A very small number of people experienced these issues, but there were still people who were affected by it, which is unacceptable from whatever angle you look at it. Then obviously there's the dock scratching problem. This is a more widespread issue that many people have, and it was really a poor design by Nintendo. So I thought I'd take some time to talk about what I think of the Switch after 2 months of use so far, and how it stacks up against its competition. So to start off with the hardware problems, I've experienced only some minor issues. At launch, a lot of people were talking about Joy-Con connectivity problems. When I first got the console, I didn't notice it occurring at all. A couple weeks later, however, I did start to notice the left Joy-Con occasionally disconnecting when covered by my hand or any other light object. It was noticeable, but happened very seldom, and I haven't really experienced it since. In terms of the Switch's dock problems, I have more or less been able to avoid major scratching. I don't have a screen protector, which I probably should get, but even without it, I'm always careful putting it in the dock, so there's only one little tiny scratch in the top corner, which you can only see if you're looking for it. Those were the only hardware problems I experienced. I know a lot of people have had worse things happen to their console, but 2 months in, mine is fine. I mean, I guess it's worth noting that the controllers are just a little bit wiggly when attached to the console, but not as much as you think. It's almost irrelevant. The real problem I have with the Switch, and I have to say this, is the game lineup. Now I know Nintendo has said they're not worried about the amount of games at launch they'll just consistently add over the next few years, but only having Zelda for the first 2 months is just ridiculous. There aren't any other AAA games for the console until Mario Kart 8 comes out at the end of this week. Sure, there are plenty of arcade-type games like Snipper Clips, Birth of Isaac, or Snake Pass. Heck, LEGO City Undercover is as close as it gets to an actual game. But there needs to be more games that the average gamer would buy at launch to boost sales, and they just have not accomplished that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe should have been a launch game. There's no reason for us to wait 2 months for it except Nintendo wanting to delay it so there's something before Splatoon 2. Zelda is the only game I have for the console because I, being a typical gamer with a non-disposable income, don't want to use my money on arcade games. I want to save for actual Nintendo games like Mario Kart or Splatoon. I'm just really disappointed with the game lineup thus far and really hope there's massive third-party support since there aren't a ton of official Nintendo games coming out this year. And I don't mean more third-party arcade games, I want ports of actual Xbox and PlayStation titles. I know I'm ranting a lot, but I'd really care about the success of the system, and although Zelda is great, every game gets boring after constant play, and Breath of the Wild is no exception. I probably put hundreds of hours into that game, and although I still love it and want to play more, I've been ready for Mario Kart 8 for weeks. Now let's talk about the portability feature of the system. Obviously the concept of being able to take your home console anywhere you want with you is awesome, but is it cool enough to justify its price? The short answer is probably. In my opinion, Zelda, which is the only AAA game out right now, isn't the best for fast, on-the-go outings. I feel like it's a game that requires a lot of time to really have fun, like setting out to look for a shrine, completing a quest, etc. All these things take some time, so it's not very useful when you take it on the go and have a limited session to play it. I think once faster games come out, like Mario Kart 8, the system will really shine and show its true potential. But right now, at least with Zelda, the portability is really only useful for long car rides and playing in bed. And hey, if that's what you want it for, I totally get it. Having the freedom to play anywhere is awesome, and the portability is really cool. It's just with Zelda being my only game until Mario Kart 8 comes out, I don't find there's many outings I go on that I have long, uninterrupted time. Now let's talk a bit about accessories, the first being the Joy-Con grip the console comes with. I know a lot of people have been saying the grip feels too small and their hands feel too close, but to me the grip feels really good. I've been using an Xbox controller since getting the Switch, and transitioning wasn't difficult at all. Although the shape is considerably different, it didn't feel awkward and it felt like a normal controller. I don't have the Pro controller, so I can't compare the two, but if you're worried about how the Joy-Cons will feel, don't be. The included grip works great, at least in my opinion. Also in the box there were Joy-Con straps, and I remember seeing videos about how complicated they were to put on and take off, but to be honest I haven't even taken them out of the plastic yet. I just don't have any games that need them. The other accessory I have is the Orzly Carry Case, which was only 15 bucks and I needed a case so I could actually bring the Switch places. I really like it. It's secure, it has a lot of space, the zippers feel nice, it's still not too bulky, and there's no logo on it, it's just black. I really like that because it's not screaming steal me like it would if it was colorful or said Switch on it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, and I recommend if you're looking for a case to do your own research to find what suits your needs, but if you want to see what case I bought, I'll link it in the description below. So that's all I really have to say about the Nintendo Switch. We're 2 months in, and there are areas I'm disappointed with and areas I really enjoy. If it sounded like I was hating on the Switch in this video, I wasn't. I was just providing constructive constructive criticism and hopes that I have for the Switch in the future. I've already bought the thing, so I'm invested in it. I want to see success in its future. The game lineup really needs some improvement, so that the next 2 months aren't as dry, however, and maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will spice things up in a way we haven't yet seen. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you all for your continued support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.